Well, the dogs you're about to see came from Missouri, but this goes on all across the country. That's because the commercial dog breeding business is not very well regulated, and many animals spend years confined and neglected. When you go to buy a dog, you may find a litter of cute, healthy puppies. But what you don't see are their parents, abused and neglected animals who've been turned into breeding machines.
The parent dogs receive absolutely no care whatsoever, no veterinary care. They usually eat the worst food on the planet. By the time they're 4 or 5 years old, they've literally been bred almost to death.
At that point, she says they are usually shot or drowned or sold at auction. That's where Teresa Strader comes in.
How does it feel to be free, huh?
Strader and her volunteers have dedicated their lives to rescue and education.
It is not anybody's fault if they went and bought a puppy, in a pet store. But what you need to know is behind all that, oftentimes this is where they're coming from.
This little puppy that I have here was in the dark his entire 10 years. This was probably the first time he's ever set foot on land.
But despite 10 years of torture, he's as loving as can be. Strader says that's typical.
Most of them get the memo right away. They know, I'm free. This, something's different. Somebody cares.
Of the more than 60 dogs they've rescued up till now, only 2 were unable to be adopted. But they aren't for everyone. Some simply aren't housebroken. Others are so deformed they can barely eat.
If they're ready to take on a challenge and get a lot of love in return, that's who these dogs need to go to.
Now, if you're interested in adopting one of these animals, there is a $150 fee that covers spaying or neutering, shots, and other medical care. In a few days, there will be more information on each individual dog on the group's website. You can find a link by logging on to fox21news.com.